We're back, and it is 9:12, so we're okay. Just wanted to tell you guys. So you didn't take fall damage there, but you took fall damage in the other room.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt like it was probably like very close to not taking fall damage. So
Yeah.
and of course, it was in the one room that I had to do 10 times over.
I don't know why. It's really simple music, but I like it.
It's very intimidating to me.
It's almost like
No. I was pushing start so hard, but I guess you can't push start when you're jumping.
I would say.
Oh dang! I do have to do the first boss again. That sucks.
I would say it's a take on Jaws. Gives me that general kind of like menacing feel. Which, by the way, I've never seen that movie, and I feel like. I don't know. It's probably pretty good, but I feel like that's also a movie of the era, where like in the late 70s, it probably like did freak people out.
Yeah, it's probably unfortunately one of those movies that if you watch some modern stuff with like modern effects, it'd probably be maybe a bit cheesy. It kind of just depends on how much they show the shark and how much they do like water phobia more than anything.
Yeah.
If they don't show the shark that much and do a lot of like freak out water moments, then it could definitely still be good.
From what I understand, I think that's the case. I love horror movies or just movies in general like that where they don't show the bad guy too often.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. I love that. Like apparently in the first Hellraiser movie, I forget the guy's name, Pinhead Baby. He like only shows up for like 5 minutes at the end, and like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now that's like kind of the entire point of the movie, of like that box being just like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
I watched the movie once, like a long time ago. I kind of remember.
I like that stuff though. You know what movie surprisingly has very little of the title character? I actually went to go see it in the Penn Cinema has a drive-in now, which is pretty fun because, you know, you don't have to get out of your dang car and you can watch a movie and you can still get popcorn and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Could you face him, please?
Anyway, Beetlejuice is really not in the movie much. Like, I watched the show as a kid, where, of course, he's, like, the main character by far. But in the actual movie, he's, like, barely in it. Probably 10 minutes of, you know, maybe 15 of screen time. But he, like, you know, obviously is very memorable and spawned a show that lasted, like, 50 episodes and it's, you know, a big cult thing. I find stuff like that to be very interesting, and I hope it's not just me. Or, like, Nightmare Before Christmas is, like, 70 minutes long, which is, like, really short for any type of movie. And it's just, like, funny. It spawned, like, a literal whole subgenre of people and of existence. And it's, like, a 70-minute long movie. That, like...
You piece of garbage. I didn't mean to do that. This part's going so badly. Sorry, folks.
We're good. We're talking about good stuff. We fine.
I really should just go back and save after I'm done with this boss. I don't know why I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. Or, like how in Friday the 13th, the first one, you ever see that one, Trev?
Yeah.
So Friday the 13th, Jason is, like, not the bad guy, which is, like, so interesting. Because, obviously, everyone after that, it's, like, just Jason all the time. Like, of course. And that's, like, the whole point is, like, with Jason. But he's only in it for, like, 1 second at the very end. And that's pretty cool. And I didn't know that until I watched it. And I was like, oh, okay. But then again, it's the first, and it can kind of just do what it wants. Nice. Boom. For anyone listening out there, if they're looking for horror movie recommendations, if you're not like big into them, because I assume most people who are big into them have seen this, but a really good horror movie that's a lot different from anything else is Cabin in the Woods. Have you seen that one?
Yeah. Didn't we go to the theater? Maybe it was with Travis. I thought I watched it with you in the theater.
You might have, honestly. Ooh, that took a ton.
I don't know why it took half.
Holy crap!
Must have been some sort of counter.
Like critical thing? Yeah, that's cool. But anyway, Cabin in the Woods is like still. I mean, it has to be 6, 7, 8 years later. It's still like one of the most unique movies out there. And I'm honestly glad they didn't make a sequel, all things considered.
I mean, where do you go from there?
Yeah. Or just like something in the same universe where it's like, you know. But like, it would have been very easy for them to do it, and people would have been like, sure. But it's pretty cool for them to not. Da 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 da. Nice. I love
save point soon, please. Okay, I think after this one.
I love the way that he jumps, where like first it's left foot, then the next jump is right foot.
He kind of looks like he's skipping.
Yeah, he's like skipping. Amazing.
Just don't get screwed by this.
Oh my god.
Please, please. Okay. Oh.
Woo, lad.
I guess it's just doing it in front of someone, but like I did not have this many problems. On my first run.
I think I see it.
There we go.
And you can call your buddy.
Yeah, not a super big reason to. It is nice that I have power up and maybe one of these guys.
You're definitely right about the power-ups. Especially later, like at this part where you're just dying constantly. Okay, this is cool. Oh, it's like the Minotaur. Okay, that noise is a little much.
This is epic. Alright, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, that one really good.
Especially since I had a power up. Ooh, roast beef. Fully powered up now. I'm actually going to go back and save because the next part is not fun. I can't see. I can't see.
Woo, lad. Leap of faith.
Alright, so if I could not die on this next platforming portion for the real boss of this place, would be pretty nice. Doing it with... First jump died. Literally just because I wasn't holding A. At least I went back and saved, though.
Yep. The game's like, oh, he didn't hold A. Get out of here, scrub. Oh, I see. Wow!
No, this part is pretty hard.
They gonna do that to you? I like to see... I mean, obviously people do it, but going through this game with no deaths is, like, pretty intense.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that the controls are horrible or anything. Whoops.
That was cool. You like hung in the air for a second. Okay. Yeah! That was dope.
Sucks that I think I'll just go werewolf mode. Probably.
Story? Does this have voice acting?
No.
Right. This is just a warning from one friend to another. It goes so fast. Look at him. Unlike you, this creature could not break the seal placed by the man-beast. That seal was broken for him by Dracula. What? After all, there is a limit to the benefits of
What?
ascetic training, yet Dracula's exceeded the limitation of the werewolf with ease.
Where?
Perhaps if you could also find the power to exceed that limitation. Perhaps if you could also... I'll be waiting for you, Cornell. You're not the type that would lay down and die after coming this far. Wait, what about Ada? Ada?
Oh my god, werewolf mode is ridiculous.
So this
Holy
guy not
crap.
only skips leg day, but only works out his right arm.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
No, wait. He's...
Oh, I died.
He
I wasn't
skips...
paying attention.
He skips half his body day. It's like just his right leg and his right arm. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You ever think Dracula like? Wait, are you in Dracula's castle?
I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think Dracula pays his like interior designers for his castle? He's like, I want a Tower of Death, please. And I'm like, absolutely, sir.
I know that by Symphony of the Night, they're basically like, oh, Dracula's castle is part of Dracula, and it morphs into its own entity. Oh, yeah, I can just see
Oh
this.
yeah.
Before then, I don't know. What? Why am I not doing nearly as much damage? I was so, like, surprised I did more than half his health, because first time I did this fight, it took forever. That's how much damage that happened last time. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't want to say it's in.
It seems like if I hit his side.
Oh, his weak side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't want to like say it was inconsistent, but like quite literally, when you hit his weak side, it took so much. Oh, you know. They're absolute buttholes to do that, by the way.
Yeah,
They did not have to do that.
I think what happens is that when you finish that that boss, it brings out that very tiny platform.
They didn't have to do that. It could have brought out the whole way. You could just walk.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
This game's like, no.
Yeah.
You're playing on the N64? Get real, kid.
Like I said, this part is all platform.
Yeah, seriously, it is. This music is very funky.
Kind of reminds me of Paper Mario Bowser's Castle theme.
Huh. Definitely reminds me of, like, Genesis. That bass. AVGN just did a new episode today on Countdown Vampire for PS1.
Yeah,
And I was considering doing that game at some point anyway, but now I'm like, oh, I have to, right?
It certainly looks bad.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the worst game I've played for this channel?
I know. I wasn't saying that you shouldn't do because it's bad. It's funny bad.
What is the worst game I've done for this channel? Clock Tower 2?
The Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, I didn't mean to do that.
I think The Ring is worse than Clock Tower 2.
Yeah, The Ring Terror's Realm is, like, a horrible game.
The worst game I tried to do for this channel is Illbleed, but it's never going to happen. Never, ever.
It's just one of those games that I tried to play that.
I don't understand the rules.
It's
like,
just, yeah, it's a very bizarre game.
I don't understand the basic rules of the game. So it's like, in like Mario, it's like, okay, the rules are, if you get hit when you're small Mario, you die, or whatever. Or the rules of this game is if you fall down, you die, right? But with that game, I'm like, what are the rules? What are the rules of this game? Sometimes there's like hidden items that you have to find. It's not even just like, oh, it's a bonus thing. It's like you actually have to find these hidden items. And I don't get it. And I read facts and they're like, oh, it's next to the third to left gravestone. And I look there and I'm like, no, it's not. So I don't get it. I enjoyed the heck out of the Ring Terror's Realm, though. It's the most Dreamcast game ever made.
Yeah, but it is a game.
It was one of those that was pleasant for me to play. I did not super mind it. While realizing fully it was very bad. I think one of the hardest games for me to play, this was definitely a year ago, maybe 2, was, what's the name of the game? White Day for the PS4.
Oh yeah, that game's pretty terrible.
But it was, like, very difficult because it was, like...
Come on. It, like, clipped me.
Because it was, like, hey, this guy's going to follow you around. And it was so RNG that it was, like... Well, I know what to do, but I can't do it.
Yeah, it just felt like it was more like you're just waiting for when you can get lucky.
Yeah. Pretty much. That one was tough, because I practiced it a lot, and I was still like, I don't feel confident going into this. Most random game ever. I've still never seen it at the store. I know it came in that one time. But I certainly have not seen it since then.
I think the publisher that did that game was P-Cube, who does like only like localizations of the most obscure like Wii games. Alright. Oh yeah, this part just like kind of branches off. I think I got it right. I'm just gonna go the way I know. Because it seemed like there was 2 entirely different paths.
The nice thing about being a niche place that just does something like that, like I guess NIS America was like that for a while, but now they're a little more mainstream, is that you know that if you do it cheap enough that like weebs will always, no matter how good or bad, always buy weeb games. It's not like something where you're like, oh, after like 10 Call of Duties in 10 years, a lot of people are just like, dude, I'm done with Call of Duties, right? Like, weebs will always be like, oh, Shin Megami, I'm in. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Well,
like,
at least even, like, Shin Megami or Persona games...
doesn't come out much, right. Or, like,
it took them 7 years.
Disgaea. It's like, Disgaea, A2, blah, 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 blah. It's like, great, sounds good. So you always know that there will be... I mean, how many Hyperdimension Neptunia games do they make? Like 5?
Yeah. The people that make Neptunia games is a developer called Compile Heart, and they're horrible. They just make just nothing but shovelware games.
And it's like, they keep making them so clear, like they wouldn't not make them if they made no money, So clearly,
Yeah, that's right.
They do good enough.
What time is it?
9:30.
You want to do like an hour and 15 minutes of...
Yeah, you can keep going a little bit, because honestly, I haven't, like, practiced the game at all, so if I hit a dead end, that'll be fine. Maybe 15 more minutes or whatever. Will that get you to kind of
Yeah.
to the point where you were? Sweet. That's perfect.
Kind of depends on how much I save or die.
Yeah, that's fine. This music right here also kind of reminds me of Clock Tower 1. And I don't know if it's just because it's in my head, but that bass is really much like certain music in that game.
Oh yeah, I kind of get it.
Whenever people come into the store and they're like, "Do you have Clock Tower 1 or 2?" I'm like, "Bruh."
Yeah. Like, good luck.
The one girl was like, "I know it's like, I don't know what it is now, like $250," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, I want to be like, I own that game. Why do you want to own it?
Yeah, I don't know why people like randomly care about that game now. Like, Clock Tower, I mean, always was a cult classic, but it seems like it got like some sort of like mainstream appeal now.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't understand.
It's not like every person that comes in, but I've definitely had multiple people be like, "Oh, I love Clock Tower. I have all three of them." You know, they could be like Big Mike and prefer the SNES one and be objectively wrong. That's fine. You can be
I like the
objectively
SNES
wrong.
one a lot. I think the SNES one is actually the scariest one.
I just feel like it's the most incomplete one, I guess would be the best way of saying it. It just feels like something's missing. Although, of course, it was the first in the series, so...
It like almost like started the entire survival horror genre itself.
Yeah, definitely true. I'm not saying it's not important. It's very important.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, I played it on this channel before, and I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's not enough, lead up to when, like, Scissor Man shows up and whatever. It's, like, 3 minutes IRL.
Yeah.
And
But
then
I think
like,
there's also some great appearances of him, like the
yes!
one through the shower like scene where you
so
find the
good.
dead body. Like, that's one of his best moments.
Or even in the beginning where he just comes through the...
oh yeah, the ceiling, like stained glass.
The stained glass, yeah, the ceiling. That's great. Okay. The one thing I will say about this game is early on, I felt like it was a cohesive, like, each, like, area...
This game definitely gets weird.
Yeah, like, each area led to something else that made sense. It's like, oh, you're exiting the tower, but now you're entering this, like, near this mansion. I'm like, that makes sense to be next to it. Now it's just like, okay, you were in Fireplace, now you're in Ice Place.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
And it's like the ice crystals are shooting out lightning for some reason.
So now it feels like an older game. It feels like a Nintendo game because Nintendo games can do that. They're like, Mario level 1 is normal, then Mario level 2 is sand. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to show you, like, going between them, you know? So this is much more just like, hey, there's multiple levels, bro. Like, that's it. Hey.
Scared.
Kind of reminds me of the ice in Brave Fencer Musashi.
Yeah, like the Ice Palace.
Yeah. Did you play? You played Samurai Legend or tried to play it, right?
Yeah, it's a horrible game.
That's a shame.
It's not even like being disappointed because it's not as good as Brave Fencer. It's genuinely a boring, bad game.
It's really a shame, dude. Putting the save crystal here, goat. Thank you, programmer from 20 years ago. But yeah, that's a shame. It's one of those I wanted to give a chance. It's funny, there literally is a third Fear Effect game out now, and I don't care because it's the type of like Shadowrun-ish game, like in terms of the camera angle that I just can't stand.
What camera does Shadowrun have?
It's kind of like a Diablo-ish.
Oh man, that sucks. Why would they do that for a Fear Effect game?
Yeah, you just saved. I forget what it's called. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it besides original Shadowrun, how that does. Sedna. Fear Effect Sedna.
It's so weird.
Right? A remake, Fear Effect Reinvented, was announced on August 21st, 2017. Doubt.jpg. But yeah, it's that's just a shame when there's something like that. Hello.
No.
But
Oh god, gotta go. Okay. Whew. Save Crystal, save me.
they've been very nice with the save crystals.
Yeah, I mean this area is just what clenched the area. Epic. You weren't looking, but that was epic.
Like this.
Yeah, that sucks. Why would
Yeah.
you do that?
I don't understand.
That's like beyond not caring. It's just like the exact same thing happened again.
I get it that like if a series has been dormant for a while and you're making a new one, you don't like. I get not wanting to do like the exact same thing. I get that.
It's also probably mostly budgetary issues as well.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, making like a Fear Effect. Well, I mean, it'd be tougher nowadays because like there is no real such thing as FMV. You know, like there's not really such a thing as like fixed camera and static backgrounds and stuff like that. But oh my god. But yeah, it would definitely. I'd like to see that. I don't know. I don't know how you could do that. Like just show like cinematic graphics in the background, but keep like the game graphics for your characters. It would be really weird.
I feel as if Fear Effect is just a product of its time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Oh god, gotta go. Oh my god, that platform I was on was about to disappear in like a second.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Woo!
Lads.
Once I'm done with this area, we'll be done. Because that's actually where I stopped.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Room
of clocks. Like that area right there was like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's like
yeah, you went from outer wall. I'm trying to think of where we went through today. Like outer wall, which makes sense, and then it was I forget that area after that. But then it was lava world, then ice world, and then oh yeah, the middle area was just random like arena place.
Right, and now you're in like a place that looks fit for this game. It's kind of random. It's just kind of random.
Okay.
Sweet. We'll see you next time. We got to where we wanted to be. To the place where he wanted to be. Bye.